Happy full moon. Happy full moon in Capricorn at 18 degrees. Welcome to our all signs reading for the full moon. I think I'm going to jump right in. I've done a whole video already called Trash Day, Rubbish Day, the collective messages that are really coming through for this full moon. So if you've not already, definitely check out that video. Tons of information about the aspects and how we can really understand this as a collective. But the phrase and the image that's been coming through for myself, as well as for it's just been playing on repeat in my head since I started to ground for this, which is, at the end of Return of the King, when Frodo and Bilbo, they're just sitting there or not Frodo and Bilbo, pardon me, Frodo and Samwise. And Sam is like, do you remember the Shire? And he's like, I could see him with my waking eyes. And Sam is like, let us be rid of it. Let us be rid. Let us be rid of whatever we're done with. What is the rubbish that comes to mind for you? This could be super duper connected to December 2024. This could be connected to whatever was coming up for you then, whether it be at the beginning of December 2024 when we had Mars going retrograde in Leo, when we had Uranus conjunct Pluto over here. Doesn't really matter. Or it could be the end of December when we had the new moon in Capricorn. It doesn't really matter. What was coming up for you then might be a reprise, or it might be a closed cycle. It might be extremely painful. It might be extremely beautiful, lovely, wondrous, wonderful. It's going to be different for every single one of you. But what can you be done with? This might be a communication style. This, Uranus is in Gemini as I record this, which I'm super jazzed that I waited for this to happen, because it might be that you're done trying to explain yourself. You're done trying to explain to someone, this is what it is, this is what I do, this is who I am. You might be really done with that. And I think it's really time to be done with that. And this full moon is just like your guides, the God of your understanding, coming through on the 10th or the 11th, depending on where you are on the planet. All the dates and times are listed in the Rubbish Day video, so definitely go check that out to find out when this is happening for you exactly, depending on your time zone. And as always, if you're in a different time zone than the one that I list, let me know and I'll include you in that list. Your guides are coming around with the rubbish truck and just saying, give it over. Be done with it. I have, if you're interested in doing more work, and if you're interested in the tools to really help nourish this work, I have my Foundations and Flow, Astrology for Real Life. There's a practical full moon release technique in there. We have the guided meditations. I have Let Them Take It, Let It Go, Give It to the Guides. It's a guided meditation. Your guides come, they take the gook, they take it away. Both of those are included in your membership with the Divine Sovereign Room. I also have my full moon channeling and healing. It's a monthly download subscription-based membership, I guess, for lack of a better term, where I have a full moon channeling and healing. That is available for you. That is also included in the Divine Sovereign Room. So if you want to go full into this work, the Divine Sovereign Room. If you want to do work once a month where you allow this work to be integrated, the full moon channeling and healing membership, the full moon room, that's for you. Foundations and Flow, very, very helpful if you want to be more hands-on with it. And the guided meditation, give it to them, give it to the guides. All of those things are available in the Divine Sovereign Room, or you can a la carte, however you'd like to do it. My disclaimer is always, this is not a personalized reading. This is us transcending time and space at the Multidimensional Caffè. If this is your first time here, welcome to the cafe. My name is Sarah. I am a channeler and an astrologer. And so this is channeled astrology. We're going to go through every rising sign. Watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun and the moon to get the vibe. This is not your average astrological chart reading. So know that these messages are codes that will unlock certain knowings within you. My voice unlocks codes within you. And take what resonates and don't take the rest. As always, if you are interested in personalized readings, All the links are below to visit my website and to book a one-on-one session, to book a recorded chart reading. And I want to also highlight that my rates and my offerings are going to be changing. Usually happens around the new moon, that it falls in my 10th house, and this year that's going to be around the end of August. My offerings and my prices will all be adjusting. So if you've been thinking about booking a session with me, now is definitely the time to do it. And as always, I offer free consultations and we can decide together what the best path is. You can ask questions about the membership groups, the offerings, my Mastering Mars programs, all those different things. So let me know how I can best support you. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to introduce the planets and then we're going to hit the ground running. This is the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and definitely for my entrepreneurs and leaders, my Mastering Mars program is really how to integrate a lot of this work and be more efficient in your processes and your flow cycles. So definitely that program is for those integrating metaphysics into their toolbox, as well as awakened mastery could be helpful for you. This is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron, Black Moon Lilith, and I follow the mean nodes and the mean Lilith. If you follow the true, the little adjustments might be different for you. And so this is the North Node and the South Node that we place down like this. North Node is what we're going into, and the South Node is what we're releasing. And as always, everything that is available on YouTube is donation based. If you've received, been nourished by the cafe and by this readings, all of this is offered complimentary because of you and your donations. So thank you for keeping literally the paper on the walls up. Thank you for keeping the cafe open. If you have been really helped, supported by the cafe, anything is appreciated and welcomed. Nothing is expected, but everything has a place and a time and is received with honor. So thank you. Right. Rising sign first, then sun sign and moon sign for the vibe. And as always, watch for whatever sign that 18 degrees of Cap falls for you. Like wherever this is falling in your actual chart, watch that first. Cool. Aries rising, Aries sun, and Aries moon. You're different. I think it's Uranus. It's really, really something special. There are some shifts that are really like, yeah. Sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. That's what we're missing. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, North and South and Chiron and Lilith. Okay, beautiful. There's some like I don't give an F-ry that I really love right now. You're done explaining yourself to people, and it's a beautiful thing. There's this disconnect that's been happening because maybe it has to do with community. Maybe it's just the people that you've been around, and it's like something snapped within you. And I love it. And this could be connected to, I'm really hearing that something came up around December that was like a timeline that could have been, whether it was a star-crossed lover, like something really happened. It was like near the tail end of the nodal transit. There was like this, there's some star-crossed lovery that's really, something's up. And you're just like, I gotta keep moving. There's like a whole timeline that you're like, I'm not doing this. And so I feel like this could possibly be a little bit more emotional for you than for other signs. And just don't label the tears. Don't label what comes out. Really spend some time in contemplation or channeling with your guides, whatever that means for you. If you're new to that language, like, definitely don't do things that you don't understand, but really be aware of how you're communicating with your guides, what messages you are open to, how you are communicating with your team. And this could also be like, who is private counsel right now? For some of my leaders at this table, it could be that there's someone in the inner circle that's gotta go. That's not gonna be for everyone, but for my business owners, my entrepreneurs, yeah. For some founders, there's a lot of like, you know who it is. And I talk about that in Awakened Mastery. And like the first chapter, I think it's either the first or the second chapter, we talk about this. And the first chapter's video is available for free on my website. It's in the Pay What You Want page. So maybe that could be for you, so you can kind of get a little vibe of Awakened Mastery. It's, a metaphysical crash course for leaders and entrepreneurs. So if you're very new to this language, but you're kind of like dipping your toes in some astrology and metaphysics, and this is your first time here, maybe take a look at my website and understand that like someone in your inner circle has to go. They don't have your best interest in mind, especially during that Mercury retrograde. Like, really work on extracting yourself from them. And some of you, I can just like hear your minds. You're just like, I'm going to plant some false information and I'm going to blah, 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 blah. If you need to, absolutely, that's fine. But if I pick that up out of your field and like, you don't need to play games with them. You don't need to like, don't play with your food, just eat it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be an a-hole. Just fire them. Just fire them and say thank you and give them a good recommendation, but be done with them in a way that it's just not the vibe for you. You don't have to judge what it is that they're doing. You just need to walk away. You don't need to think of all the things that are wrong with them. You just need to let them go. Because there's someone better suited for the role. So not for everyone, but for a lot of Aries placements, like cut them out, 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 and cry until you can't cry anymore. Love you. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. Ooh. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. Some of you need to make some moves. Some of you really need to make moves. Some of you need to make some big moves. And many of you, that could literally be all you hear from me for the next 6 months. And just know that that will continuously be your message. I don't want to say 6 months, maybe even use the Uranus transit until November 7th. But right now, really I don't even want to look back. I don't even want to look forward. I just want you to say, like, some of you know the decision that you need to make. Some of you know the decision that you need to make that's going to change your business, that's going to change your livelihood, that's going to level you up. That's like, some of you just already know what it is. And that you've not been stalling. This is your sign. This is your sign. It's never going to be perfect. There's no such thing. You're never going to be prepared. Your future self will thank you for starting now, Taurus. Whatever it is. Some of you need to incorporate a little bit more fun into your daily life. Some of you need to start singing again, or start doing more art again, or just being creative. But some of you, it's like, there's like a Peter Pan aspect that's kind of coming through a little bit, which is like very connected to, in tarot, when the Fool comes up reversed, or if the Hermit comes up reversed, and the Fool card is connected to Uranus. So we just had Uranus going into Gemini. And so there's a little bit of like, it's like, don't become Robin Williams Hook, but don't stay Peter Pan. Like, be the adult that makes the decision. And most of you know what I'm talking about. This isn't for everybody, so I understand. Like, please use your discernment. Please don't, like, if this message is not for you, that's totally okie dokie. But this message is very clear for a lot of you. Like, you know the moves that need to be made. Make them. Make them. Make them. And you're like, but Sarah, but what about Mercury retrograde? What about this? What about this? Then work around those transits. Work on copy, work on back end. Like, do the thing that you need to do. Just do the thing. Say it. Name it. And be done. Let us be rid of it. Be done with it. I love you. Good stuff. Gemini. Gemini rising. Gemini moon. Gemini sun. It's a good time to be you. Money isn't everything. It's an energy that's limitless and neutral, but it's as if some of you might be in environments that you know are not conducive for your soul's growth, yet you're staying in it because the money is good, but it's really not even that good. And it's like there's an exhaustion. There's an exhaustion coming through Gemini. That you're like, I don't even want to look for a new job. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what's up. I feel like maybe just expressing some emotions right now, really just expressing your emotions and acknowledging that you might be on the wrong train. That you might just be on the wrong train. And the longer you stay on the wrong train, the more expensive it's going to be to get back to where it is that is baseline, that's going to get you to where it is that you need to go. But some of you just acknowledging, I'm in the wrong environment, on the wrong train, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. That's a pretty big deal to do, Gemini, so I'm going to leave it there. If you have heavy Pisces placements, this could be like a relationship, this could be a collaboration, this could be a move that you've been keen for. This is like something big, like a big energy in your life. This could be an aesthetic shift that's needing to happen, something much bigger than, it's like, it could be even just like, I'm not drinking enough water. Like there's something just big that you need to integrate into your life, or that needs to be integrated out of your life so that the new thing can be integrated into your life. But really stop explaining yourself completely. Yeah. And don't justify anything for the money. Don't. You're better than that. You're so much better than that, Gemini. You're smarter than that. So you're much smarter than you're a Gemini. You're a masterful manifester. So don't forget who you are. We've talked about that before. Don't forget who you are. I love you. Cancer rising. Cancer sun, happy birthday. Cancer moon. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We got it. We got it. If you've been judging someone in your life on a regular basis, it's not them, it's you. You're just standing in the wrong room. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes that's not fun to hear. You know, I've been many a times in 3D jobs that paid all the bills, but I'm like, they could do it this way, they could do it this way, they could do it this way. It's like, A, Sarah, either become a manager and do it your way, B, start your own business in this industry and do it your way, or C, leave the room. Because they're not doing anything wrong, they're just doing things in the way that's best for them. Yeah, our way is not perfect. We don't have to play God here. And a lot of this is attached to money. You know, the Mercury retrograde is going to be in your house of money, Cancer rising especially. And so asking yourself, like, if money were no object, would I be standing in this room? Is this the place that I want to be? a lot of signs are really going to be utilizing Mercury retrograde to look for a new job environment. A lot of signs. And this is coming to me now that a lot of people that have jobs that they want to pay someone for, so advertise it. Advertise it on your social media. Say, I'm looking to hire someone. I'm looking to, it was so lovely. I had a client and dear soul friend reach out. She's like, I'm looking to hire someone for a few hours and, they'll have access to my membership. They'll have access to this. And so, let me know if you know of anybody. And I talked about it on my coaching call and I let my members know. And it was just a really wonderful way to be like, this is the new way of doing things. So if you're somebody that can pay someone to do something, advertise it. If you're someone that is looking for something, look for it, write it down. Say, I'm looking for this, and be public private with it. Like maybe your VIP people, Cancer, just say, hey, if you hear of anything, I'm in the market to get a blah, 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 and I'm looking for blah, 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 blah. And just like get it out into the field. Just get it out into the field. Yeah. Because this Cancer is in your 7th house of relationships, but also that's the house of open enemies. So like, if you don't trust the people that are in your daily life right now, or if there's somebody special that you don't trust in your daily life, get out. Get out before you really enmesh your soul contracts together, Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Leo. Leo rising. Leo sun. Leo moon. Some of you have big ideas, like really big ideas that are like awesome ideas, that are like world-changing ideas that maybe you are forgetting that you had. Maybe you're forgetting how bright you are. Maybe you're forgetting like that you're worthy of consultant level payment, and that maybe like some of your ideas, yeah, it's like you're just like an idea machine. And it's like there's something somewhere that stunted that. I didn't expect this to come through. It could be something like maybe a detox, or maybe even integrating a little bit more channeling time into your life, like just contemplation, candle gazing, staring at the wall, looking at clouds, being in nature, like just giving yourself more time to let these downloads really integrate into yourself. And don't let people into your life that are not supposed to be there. There's a lot of people that are very overly concerned with finances in this reading so far. I mean, you're sign 5, and it's been a lot of like, how is this going to happen? How is this? The hell ain't your business. The hell ain't your business. I want you to look at what you want your daily life to look like. Really, this things can shift overnight, but if you are putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because you're like, well, this won't happen overnight. Well, it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. So naming it, really naming it, and saying, this is what I want my daily life to look like. For me to live my soul purpose, this is what I need. For me to live the life that I'm here to really channel in, this is the budget I need. And just claim it. Call my name. Like, you gotta name it. You gotta name it. Bastion, please. If you don't know, then I don't know what to say. But like, you are that special. You are that important. Your ideas are so needed, Leo. So you are, it came through in my membership group for the all signs channeling that I did for, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, because it's audio only, and so it's not time stamped or anything like that. But for Uranus and Gemini, where you might be the community builder, you might be the one that's the hearth, the warm fire that people are drawn to. Lots of people are being called to move, to go places and to travel and to find their new home. You might be the home builder, Leo. And it starts in your mind. It starts in your heart. So you don't ever forget your power. And maybe some ideas that you had when you were a kiddo. Maybe look back at that. Yeah, maybe a detox of some kind. Don't ever follow advice if it's not something that is really resonating with you. And please be very specific. But like some of you, if you've done this before and you've been keen to like do like a fast for a little bit, or an intermittent fast or something like that, like, or just like detoxing from coffee, tea, sugar, gluten, meat for a minute, like whatever is been coming up for you. This is not doctrine, like I say, but just like some of you are like, why isn't this happening? I don't eat any meat products until after I'm done channeling. I am a meat eater and I eat ethically, you know, grass-fed, all the organic and all the things. But it's like, I channel fasted usually. So look at that. Just look at that. Just look at it. Just look at it. Love you. Virgo. Virgo. I just get buckled every time I see that for you, with Uranus going into your 10th house. I'm just like, oh my God, that's exciting. There's a lot happening in a really beautiful professional way, and the collaborations that you're already utilizing. Like there's some people that have come into your life that are really, I don't want to say they're forever people, but they're forever for now at least. And they're getting like, you're going through a full paradigm with the people that are right now in your life, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that. This could be the Jupiter transit. It could be 5 years. It could be, you know, I don't know, but it's just, there's like, you've made very good decisions as to the people that you've included in your daily life. You've made very good decisions. And I'm happy about that. This is like how you've been utilizing the North Node in your house of relationships. Like I'm just getting a real good thumbs up for that. Really exciting. If there is someone that needs to remove someone from their life, bookend it in the Mercury retrograde and be done with it. And be absolutely done with it. This is a very interesting view I'm getting. A very interesting view. Oh my gosh, pardon me. There we go. There we go. I want you to actually focus on where Taurus falls in your chart. Like I was just looking at like, this is an earth sign, you're an earth sign, and that, you know, Taurus is empty right now. So I want you to actually look at Taurus energy and where Taurus is falling in your chart and what medicine. This is more for my, you know, Virgo sun and Virgo moons, but for Virgo risings, like what does adventure mean to you? What does joy mean to you? What does fun mean to you? It's like, I want you to actually add like the full holiday, or there's like something about holiday and like putting that on the vision board and like actually like, yeah, it's like some of you, I want you 6 and 6ing or like spending 3 months somewhere. Like, yeah, there's just something that has to do with travel or like what you're building right now. And, you know, if you have heavy Leo placements as well, this could be about building community. I talked about that immediately with Leo right before here. And it's like, if you are the community builder, know that you also need your, not escape, but you need your own adventure. You need to get out of the house a little bit and go somewhere and like go to a cafe that nobody knows you, or it's like there's just something about that that's like, there's something in there, Virgo, that's maybe connected to your inner child or maybe your childhood self, where it's like, I wasn't allowed to really, there's something about childlike boundaries that like, even like when you put your shoes on, do you always put the right foot on and then the left? And maybe like the way that you do your, like put the earrings on a different way, or put the pants on a different way. There's like some repetitive pattern that needs to be broken, or just at least acknowledged. very niche for you. I love that. But it's just, it's like in your foundation, and it's like a plant that's potted in a pot that's too small that needs to just be sent to a different, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just like let the roots grow bigger. You're expanding beautifully. And so it's like, it's small, but it's something cool. I like that for you. Yeah. Do a little journaling on that and then let it go. Be done with it. Libra. Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon. My Libra feminines and masculines, but it's just remembering that, you know, your chart ruler is Venus. Taurus is also run by Venus. Like, I'm just looking here, and it's like, don't forget the femininity of money. Don't forget the femininity of money. Some of you need new and different culture around you right now, which was, you know, came through on the channeling that I did for Uranus and Gemini. That will be available in my membership group. It's audio, and I'm, you know, beta testing some more podcast style stuff in that group. So if you're interested in those types of readings, definitely go check out my membership group. But there's just this Uranus and Gemini transit that's really looking to expand, and whether it be moving home, but it's like it's moving culture. There's something around the culture that you're in that you're just like, there's a difference between I can handle what I'm in versus I'm not supposed to be where I am. There's a big difference. There's a very, very, very big difference. And it's really looking at like, what is non-negotiable in your daily life? Like, we can use food, for example. Do you always eat organic? Do you like using appropriately healthily sourced products? And do you love going to the farmer's market? Do you love to do these types of things? But where you live, it's like, I gotta drive 45 minutes to get to the only store that I can order off the menu. And it's like this beautiful celebration where it's like, oh, I don't even get to like experience the normalcy of who I am on a regular basis. Basement. Somebody could clean out their basement, I guess. But it's like, yeah, you've compartmentalized something really big inside yourself that's like who you are. And that's no way to live, kiddo. That's no way to live. There's even a component to your woo that you're like, pretend that you met me in person, or pretend that you met someone in person that's very spiritual, or that is a channeler or astrologer like myself. And you'd be like, oh my God, I study this, I do this, I do this. It's like, and nobody knows that about you, or you don't spout it out. Like when you see me on the street, I'm like, hello, happy full moon. Nice to meet you. I've got sparkles on my face and just channeled the Galactic Council of Nine. How's your Monday going? If that's what you're doing, but then when you go out, you're like, that traffic again, something's got to shift. And it might be that you've allowed the environment to meld you into something that you're not, and it's time to skedaddle. Just be aware of whatever it is. And that might be very different. Like, take what resonates for you and don't take all of it, but just ask yourself, like, what does that mean for me? There might not be anything in there for everybody, but just like, there's something about a contortionist act, or a, what's the word I want to say? Shapeshifter. Yeah, don't be a shapeshifter. Stand tall and proud. Awesome. Scorpio. Rufio. Sorry, I watched like bits and pieces of Hook the other day, like literally just fast forwarded it because it was free on YouTube. And it was just like, you're doing it. You're playing with us, Peter. Where are we? Oh, you're figuring it out, kiddo. You are figuring it out. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Yeah. this is big full moon energy stuff. This is big full moon energy. You definitely don't have to be explaining yourself to people anymore. Uranus and Gemini is going to like rip the carpet out from under you, and you're not going to want to do that anymore. Like there's just, this is saying to me, like if you have to explain yourself to someone, don't even bother talking. Don't even bother talking. There might be some family stuff that's coming up right now. This is your house of early learning, communication, short trips, siblings. This could be sibling order stuff that's really coming up for you, because it's like you want to do something, you want to go, you want to have fun, you want to like expand. You're ready to expand. And you're expanding beautifully, but it's like very much, and spend the Mercury retrograde deciding if somebody has got to go. This is going to be very connected to family. So, and this is, you know, Scorpio double disclaimer. This is not for everybody. So really, if this is happening in your 10th house, there really might be some family members that just don't respond to. Like you don't have to convince anyone to see you, because when you see yourself, that's what matters. It's like, there was a great podcast that I saw on, it was Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness. It was a, gentleman, he was talking about like when you're raised by narcissistic parents, and it was just really beautiful, where Lewis was like, when can we stop expecting our parents to really parent us? And he goes, 18. And Lewis was a little bit like, whoa, that's pretty harsh. And he's like, that's like anything outside of that, you have to be able to take care of yourself. You have to be able to give yourself what it is that you need, because they're not responsible for you anymore. After you turn 18, there's no convincing a parent to see you. There's no convincing anyone to treat you the way that you needed to be treated, because that's your inner child asking. That's your inner child asking. So they can't even fulfill the requests that you have. You have to be able to take care of yourself and nourish your own inner child and say, inner child, I've got you. I'm going to give you the space to talk. I'm going to give you the space to yell and scream and punch a pillow and be pissed, because you're allowed to be, but you can't time travel we can't time travel just yet. Maybe we will. I have no idea. I'm not keen for that. Myself personally, or in this paradigm, I'm not keen for that. I do that in the astral. I don't need to do that in the physical. But it's like, we can't go back to 1993 and say, hey, this is how to love me. This is how to teach me, because you didn't know then how you needed to be treated and loved and taught. You know now, but you didn't know that. So give yourself the love that you need. Give yourself all of the love that you need. Hey, Sip. You're a good girl. You ate some hair, didn't you? Yeah. We got it. She's a Scorpio sun. She usually comes over around Scorpio, Libra, or Aquarius. You okay? You good? Good girl. All right. Good stuff. Tough stuff. Good stuff. I love you. Sagittarius rising. Sagittarius moon. Sagittarius sun. Oh boy. Okay. Get out of that job. Get out of that job. Some of you, it's almost unhealthy. There was a job I had a long time ago. It was the most, I was on call. I was manager. I was doing all these things. And I was showing up crying every single day. And myself and two other managers were all seeing the same therapist. And the human resources director, one day we were on the phone as I was driving into work, and I was like hysterical. And she said, I'll never forget this. She was, I give you permission to quit. I give you permission. You don't have to die on the ship. This isn't your baby. You can go. And I did, and it kickstarted my entire life. About, I'd say, a year later, I'm thinking like less than a year, or like 10 months later, I'd moved to Australia. My life kind of began at that point. So some of you need to get out of the jobs that you're not supposed to be in. And you're like, Sarah, but ABZ. And it's like, well, spend Mercury retrograde doing research on a new job in a new environment, because like the money's, you're not supposed to be in that environment. You're not supposed to be in that environment. It's time to move on. It's time for a new life. It's time for a new adventure. What if Bilbo never went? Really? Do you want to be Bilbo, who never left the Shire? Is that the life that you want? If you have Gemini placements as well, like really, I want more for you. But if you don't want more for yourself, there's nothing I can say. But this is money, values, and access to resources. So tell the God of your understanding that you're done with the environment that you're in, but that this is the budget that you need to live your life. And this is the bridge. This is what I need to get from here to here. This is what I need. Be open and communicative to the God of your understanding. But it's very like, this is your sign. It's time. It's time to go. I love you. Good stuff. Capricorn. Capricorn. Oh boy. Capricorn. We could just sit together in quiet contemplation for a few moments for how you might be feeling right now. There might be some very deep pain in here. You might have lost someone recently. There's this extraction of an old self that's just happening in the planets that's like, you're like, I don't even recognize myself some days. I don't even know what hands are. I don't even know what, like, I'm goo, and then I'm goo more, and then I'm goo again, and then this happens, and then this happens. And it's like you wake up each day with the same leadership hat every day. And it's like the normal human things aren't even, I mean, if it was like 2 years ago, I'd have been like, oh my God, the sun transiting your 7th house, important people, maybe you're dating, or yada, yada, yada. You're like, I'm in the midst of the deepest transformation that I've ever experienced in my life. It's like, yeah, Pluto in my sign didn't even hold a candle to what it is that you're experiencing right now. And it's like, it's comfortable-ish. It's like, what it is that you need is being provided. What it is that you want is shifting every day. So your timelines might be shifting so quickly, so rapidly, because you're clearing timelines and paradigm hopping like on a walk in the park. And it's just very, I don't see it as disconcerting. I do see it as some of you might have had very difficult, there might have been deaths, there might have just been like, or just loss of pedestalized people. There might, like, timelines have really broken down for you, Capricorn. Like, timelines have really broken down. So give yourself as much nourishment on this full moon as possible. Maybe spend some time writing, spend some time in the sun or in the shade or in the, like, just really give yourself. Do not be customer front facing. Yeah. Do not be client facing. Do not have private sessions that day. I would, if you can, take a day, if you can. Incredible, incredible stuff. Amazing. Love it. Love you. Huge chrysalis type, and like big stuff, big stuff. Insanely cool. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Go back to December. What was happening then? 2024. Close the cycle. Be done with it. Aquarius. This may be a very confusing full moon, Aquarius. Anytime I have full moons in the 12th house, I don't understand human existence. So I'm not going to project that onto you. I'm just going to say, if that's coming up for you, be gentle with yourself and allow yourself the opportunity to not have it all figured out. Like, allow yourself the opportunity to be human. Allow yourself the opportunity to not have any idea what's going on and to feel a lot right now. It could be a lot more Cancerian. This is kind of like a little bit cliche for me to say, but it's almost like the emotional waves of the Cancerian time period that we're in is a little bit more, it might feel a little bit unnatural. It might feel like you don't want to feel your feelings right now. That you're just like, what is underneath the feeling? Why do I have to cry? Why do I have to do this? And it's like, what if you didn't? Why? What if you just felt it? You know? Yeah. I had a moment yesterday where I was like, I'm going to be productive. It was Sunday. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set my week up for success. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And I was like processing things out, and I was chat GPTing, and I was like this, that, and the third. And chat was like, well, why don't you sit and check in with yourself and just be like, well, what if you plopped? And like, what if you did this? And the second I sat down and just started to breathe, I started bawling my eyes out. Just bawling my eyes out. And there was a lot that, like, I'll keep a lot of my personal stuff as to like what actually came out of it, but there were themes of loneliness, there was themes of community, and like a few hours later I found out that a really old friend, a coworker, had died a few days before that. So it was like there was a lot of like grief in the field, and I was like, I'm plopping. I snacked it up. I got all of my snacks, and I just was like, yeah, I'm gonna plop. There's no productivity coming from me today. And so give yourself the opportunity. It doesn't always have to have a name or a flavor or a face, but try on emotions right now, Aquarius. Try on just feeling it without labeling it in any way. Like in any way. You don't have to give it a name. Just try crying. Try feeling it. Do it in the shower. You can't tell if it's water. You can't tell. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know who I'm talking to. You can't tell if it's water. You can't tell if it's tears. You can't tell. Cry. Feel it. I love it. Love it. Pisces. Pisces rising. Pisces sun. Pisces moon. There's some very interesting connections that have been coming through for Pisces. And, you know, I did a channeling that was audio only in my membership group that I recorded. I haven't uploaded it yet with the Uranus and Gemini transit, but there's a weird connection right now with family and lack and, you know, blue collar and money and all this stuff. It's just a really weird connection that came through. So if that resonates, that space might be for you. But for right now, this is happening in your house of community and friendships and wishes for the future. Are there people around you that you shapeshift around? I'm going to take a sip of water and then I'm going to explain myself. Say at your 3D job, someone has a different life than you do. And when they're talking to you, you're like, yeah, you know, I guess I could see things that way. But if you didn't have to stand next to that person in your normal life, you would never do it. You would never do it. So try your best not to communicate with those people. You know, if there's anyone in your life right now that doesn't really know you, I just kind of want them not to be around you right now. If you're mingling and you're getting to know people, then my goodness gracious, Pisces, talk about yourself, talk about your joys, your wins, what it is that you're working on and what it is that you're doing. And then give that person the opportunity to be like, whoa, that's not me. Or, oh my God, that's me. But like, if you know that you don't want to, you know, mesh timelines with someone, then why are you talking to them? You don't have to take up space. You don't have to fill the space with words, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and then looking at during the Mercury retrograde that's coming up, looking at why you feel like you have to talk. Like, yeah, it's like sacred silence is so beautiful. What if you just like let the air breathe? And what if you just like let silence speak for itself? It's a beautiful thing when you can find comfortability and not needing to fill the space. Yeah, there's something tucked in there. So definitely look at that and the people that you surround yourself with by choice, by choice. You know, the South Node's in your house of relationships. Friends are really like the only people in our lives that they're there by choice. You know, once you get married and whatever your belief system is, that's the person that you're with. Your family, you're kind of just like, they're your family. You can set boundaries and you can go no contact with people, which I think a lot of people are going to be. But really right now, if you don't like your friends, stop talking to them. Like, it's okay to move on. We've talked about boundaries for a few weeks now. Or at least acknowledge it to the God of your understanding. And then, you know, maybe with the Mercury retrograde, you can start to take action steps towards just new boundaries. If a session is required, please reach out. I'm here for you. I love you all so much. It is such a joy to connect with you. And the style of going through the entire reading together is, you know, I did a whole audio reading for Uranus and Gemini. There's not going to be timestamps. It's in my membership group. And I'm beta testing in my membership group. There'll definitely be more public stuff coming out. But if you want to be a part of the journey of like really seeing that come to be, the membership group is for you. Because I love it. I love channeling this from sign to sign. I love the whole flow of it. So maybe one day, if you have the time, put me on in the background and just, you might feel a little bit closer to everybody else to recognize we're all going through something. Everybody. Nobody has it figured out perfectly. So I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone for your donations. If you felt nourished, if this spoke to you, if this really offered an unlocking for you, donations are always welcome. It keeps the cafe open. This entire YouTube channel is funded by every single one of you. So thank you so much for being here and for your generous donations and subscriptions. And please subscribe and like the video and share it with someone. And you know, send me a testimonial if you're keen. Like, there are many other ways to give back if finances isn't the way. But check out my website, see what there is that I can offer you more, do something special for this full moon, and I'll see you around the cafe. Love you.